There comes a time in every skater's journey when the routine becomes a legacy. Not just a performance, but a path. Not just a moment, but a movement. I've reached that time. Not because I've arrived, but because I've awakened to the truth that this story was never just mine. It was always meant to be shared, shaped, and passed on. I see it in my children, in the way they speak with softness and strength, in the way they ask questions that echo wisdom beyond their years, in the way they hold space for others, even when they don't fully understand the weight of what they're carrying. They are becoming legacy bearers, not because I taught them perfectly, but because I lived honestly. They've seen me fall, they've seen me rise, they've seen me right through the fog and mentor through the mess. And now, they're skating their own routines on faith, on love, on the quiet courage they've inherited. I see it in the women I've mentored, in the way they're building businesses rooted in truth, in the way they're mothering with mindfulness, in the way they're creating content that heals instead of hustles. They are becoming torchbearers, not because I gave them answers, but because I gave them permission to be real, to be raw, to be resilient. And now, I'm preparing to pass the torch, not to step away, but to step aside so others can rise, so others can lead. So others can skate into spaces I've only dreamed of. Because legacy isn't about control, it's about cultivation. It's about planting seeds and trusting the soil. It's about lighting candles and letting them burn in places you'll never go. I've started shaping my long-term vision, not just for my business, but for my life. A vision rooted in emotional literacy, spiritual legacy, and creative impact. A vision that includes workshops, books, mentorship circles, and maybe even a podcast spaces where stories can breathe and breakthroughs can bloom. A vision that honors the fight, but celebrates the freedom. A vision that invites others to rise, reflect, and ripple. I've started documenting the lessons. Not just the wins, but the wounds. Not just the strategies, but the surrender. Not just the content, but the character. Because I want my children and every woman who reads my words to know that legacy is built in the quiet. In the choices no one sees. In the prayers no one hears. In the routines that don't go viral, but go deep. I want them to know that skating isn't just about landing the jump, it's about trusting the takeoff. That mentoring isn't just about guiding others, it's about growing yourself. That building isn't just about what you create, it's about who you become. So I keep skating, not for applause, but for alignment. Not for perfection, but for purpose. Not for fame, but for faith. Because this torch, it's not mine to keep. It's mine to carry until someone else is ready to rise. And when they do, I'll cheer from the sidelines. I'll whisper prayers from the shadows. I'll celebrate the ripples I may never see. Because that's what legacy looks like. Not just a trail, but a torch. Not just a story, but a seed. Not just a fight, but a flame. And I will keep skating until the very end.